So what would your dealership feel like if your entire sales staff was literally on fire, your sales and service staff? They were nonstop all over social media, completely dominating your marketplace. They could do it in 30 days or less and then continue their education to do it for an entire 6 months or a year. You literally would completely take over the entire marketplace and no one would be able to compete with you. And that's what we can do for you. So when you're walking around your community, whether you're at local restaurants or you're going to the gym, if you don't want to be bothered, fine, you won't be bothered. But a lot of people will walk up to you and say, oh my God, I love your social media. Your staff is amazing. We love what you're doing in the community. We want to come buy a car from you. We want to get an oil change at your dealership. Your community is absolutely going to love you. And it doesn't matter what platform you're on. You could be on TikTok, LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram, all social media platforms. You will literally be all over the place. And not only will you have ads running, but your own staff is going to be promoting your brand and promoting themselves within the dealership and within the business. So it's like running an ad times 100-fold because your entire staff is participating in the process. I've traveled all over North America. I've trained Toyota. I've trained Nissan. I've been to driving sales. I've been to Women in Auto. I get hired as a speaker for conferences at universities all over the country. And I can help change the trajectory of your dealership right now.
Hey, if you missed us live, you can listen to us wherever you get your podcast.
This is Ian from the AutoHub Show, and I'm here at ASOTU, and we're actually representing two companies here. This is Juniper Networks, the AI native network, and Guidepoint Security, your trusted advisor. So maybe you could tell me a little bit more about both, since clearly you represent both.
Yeah, so I'm Bryce Layton. I'm with Juniper Networks, and my partner, Rick Tamburino, is here with me from Guidepoint.
Harry had a little bit of an accent.
Yeah.
Tire accent?
Yeah. So, what our product does, first of all, some of our customers, Tesla is our biggest.
Wow.
So our product runs all their manufacturing facilities, but also is in their retail locations. And one of the things that's interesting about the solution we provide, Juniper's a networking company, mostly known for the giant routers that run every carrier runs on the internet.
Right.
We also have a commercial division. In our commercial division, we have a product called Mist. And Mist basically takes the Wi-Fi that we have and switches and mystifies it. So what does that what does that mean? We're able to do retail analytics at the stores. So I can tell you, for example, store number 19, I don't even see anybody walking around here.
Right.
Maybe either you want to build a big sign or maybe you want to shut it down.
Right.
Store number 6, I see a ton of traffic here. Their sales aren't great, but maybe you should train the salespeople or run a promo or top level them.
Right.
Also, we can show you, let's say you started a campaign that was on the web.
Yeah.
And somebody took their phone. It's like, okay, yeah, I'll sign up. Yeah, I want to get updates on the new Volkswagen GTI.
Right.
I want to know when it comes out, blah, blah, blah. If you did it on your phone, now we've got your MAC address of your phone or your device ID. Now when you come into a dealership, even if you're not connected to the Wi-Fi, I know it's Ian, because that device ID matches his name. Now, if Ian has never gone online first time to the dealership, I'm just seeing his device ID, and I can just tell you this device is coming back and back. I don't know it's Ian yet. But at the dealers, hey, don't you want to use our free Wi-Fi? And we also make it so it kind of like pushes you to it. Here's a little thing, hey, for faster and better service, use our Wi-Fi, right? So once you do that, now I know it's Ian. The other way our dealerships use it is during the test drive phase. So these days, people will go for a 3-mile test drive, and they want to come back, and they want to know what the car's worth, right? They don't want to wait 2 hours. Hey, our mechanic, blah, blah, blah. So this system works with the applications that do that. You have an iPad or some type of device. You're taking a picture of the VIN number. You're looking at the motor. You're looking at the wear on the tires, the brakes, and all that stuff. And they take that all into account, as well as Kelley Blue Book, and then boom, they've got your valuation. And a lot of times that doesn't work. Like I have a friend that manages 5 CarMaxes in Southern California, and he said it's the biggest hang-up. When people pull up to the garage, it's supposed to work correctly, and it doesn't. We fix that. So that's one of the things we do. And along with Guidepoint Security, Guidepoint Security is a very well-known security integrator, massive awards all the time, and they're one of the Juniper's resellers and integrators. So if somebody wants this solution for their dealership, they would be the ones implementing it for you, with us helping. But it's a really cool story. We believe it helps connect the physical to what started on the web, and even vice versa. People are trying to stitch all this together to find out, hey, did Ian eventually show up? You know what? He actually did show up. He didn't make a sale right now, but maybe he'll show up again, right? But we know he went all the way through and then landed at the dealership itself. Right. Even if he's like, hey, I don't want to talk to any salespeople, we know, even though he's not connected to the network, this is Ian. So he's here. He's showing interest physically.
Fantastic. So you're here at ASOTUCon. Is this your first ASOTUCon?
This is my first ASOTUCon.
So what's your opinion so far? I mean, what do you think of the show so far?
We just got started, by the way.
Yeah, but I'm very impressed. The show feels like family. Even though it's my first time, they do a really good job of, I guess I'd call it keeping it real. And in this, what they're doing on stage is fun and interactive, but also I'm learning a lot. I'm not from this industry, and I'm not going to claim to know it.
Right.
And there's definitely a lot of talking about the web connecting to the physical and back and forth, and that's where we're getting a lot of interest at our table, because people want to know all the way through, did Ian actually physically show up? Even if you didn't talk to anybody, hey, I don't want to talk to any salespeople, we know it's Ian. So, that's some of the value we provide. Some of our other retail customers, our largest one, not in the auto space, is Walmart. So Walmart uses us globally, not only in their warehouses, but also for retail analytics as well. So they want to know the store traffic patterns. Hey, I need to get rid of some stuff in store number 18. Well, store number 18, people walk in and turn right. Okay, put some stuff there. Also, they move stuff around, and they can do this in showrooms and car lots as well. Hey, what if we move the Corvettes over here and the cars over here? Now what happens to people walking around? We show all that traffic and where it's going. And then we also have wayfinding. So what that means, imagine you have a huge car lot, and the car you want to see is in Z99. Okay. And you don't want to talk to a salesperson, but you want to go see that car. You can connect to the Wi-Fi, and it'll literally show you a map to that car.
Wow.
So a lot of cool and interesting use cases, and most of all with Guidepoint Security, they know how to implement this stuff, and they keep all the data secure. So they're known for protecting your PII as well.
What's PII?
Personal identifiable information.
It's just for the non-analytic people. Go ahead.
And then, of course, there's a lot of financial data to be protected as well. They're top in the business on that for sure. And we'd just be thrilled if anybody would like to check us out on www.juniper.net, www.guidepoint.com. And I really appreciate your time. Thanks for doing this with me.
Not a problem. How quickly can someone get signed up, and what kind of results have dealers been getting with the technology?
They're actually seeing great results. They're seeing the actual, from start to sale, it increases their odds. Right now it's at 77%. So they may have started here, and then when they showed up, and be able to track it all the way through. So it helps in that way, and it also helps the owners of the stores. They want to see who's where, who's doing what, how good are my managers doing. Right. Hey, there's people here, but they're not closing them. Or hey, there's people here, and look, this is the model store. They know how to close them. They know the way they've set up the dealership and parked the cars. Even it all matters. So there's a model here. Dealership number 10 is the one to follow. Okay, every other location we own, let's start following that model.
So once they get the process right with one location, obviously it's easy to get the process right with, say, 5 locations or 100 locations, or in the case of some groups that have hundreds of locations, like Walmart, for example, they could just duplicate that.
That's correct. And then also for auto dealers, they have different brands, right? So I can see that Joanna showed up in the Volkswagen dealership that you own.
Right.
Interestingly enough, the next weekend, she showed up at the Mazda dealership. Interesting, a week later, while the dealership was closed, she was in the parking lot of the Ford dealership. So now, even when the place is closed, or if they don't want to talk to a salesperson, we can tell you what's going on.
So that never happens in car dealers where they're not there when they're open, right?
Yeah, happens all the time. I'm guilty of it myself. I just like, hey, look, maybe I'm not ready yet, and I just don't, I want to look at it, right? But hey, it'd be nice to know that it was them there, right?
Powerful data, powerful information. Definitely check out both companies. And obviously, if there's questions, there'll be some contact details in the details below the video. And thanks for taking the time. Appreciate it.
Ian, thank you so much.
Hey, if you missed us live, you can listen to us wherever you get your podcast.